Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be this look right here. I did a festival inspired makeup look because I know that there are so many festivals coming up, and I just wanted to do something that you guys could wear that would stay on really long and something that's kind of wearable. I mean, it's a little intense, but like it's not the most intense when it comes to like festival looks. I thought this was pretty more on the neutral side of that spectrum. So I know it's super easy. I'm only using one eyeshadow palette. I came up with this look because this is just what I would personally wear to a festival. And yeah, I really hope you guys liked it. Comment below if you did. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. So we're going to start with the eyes today. And I'm just going to take this Maybelline Master Conceal to prime the eyelids. And then I'm going to set that, and then we're going to go right into the eyeshadow. Okay, so this looks crazy. It looks like we have no eyelashes right now, but make sure that you do this and that you set your eye area because it's just going to allow for the eyeshadow to stay on for the entire festival or day or whatever you're going to be wearing this type of look for. So now I'm going to go in with eyeshadow primer. It depends on your eyelid type. You don't have to like go in with this, but I would because I want my eyeshadow to stay on throughout the entire day. So I'm just going to take this Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It's really good, and I'm going to go in with this, and then the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to take the first shade, which is called Tempera, and then I'm just going to base that down on the eyelids. If you don't have a lot of discoloration on your eyelids, then you could totally just go in with this and then set it with the powder. Okay, so I'm going to do guys a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing with the eyeshadow. So we're just taking the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just going to take this brush, and we're going to go into the shade Burnt Orange and just work that into our crease. And now I'm going to take the shade Raw Sienna and go in with that on the same brush. Now I'm going to take this shade, and I'm going to put that into my crease. Now I'm going to take Love Letter, and I'm going to put that in the same place. Now I'm doing the same thing with Venetian Red. So now I'm going to take this Morphe brush, and it's got a really cool like curve to it, so it's great for packing stuff on the inner corner. So I'm going to take every single shade that I just put on the outer corners and put them on the inner corner with this brush. So you can kind of tell we've created like a halo. I'm not really getting the middle portion because I want that to be covered with gold. There's no product on this brush, but I'm just going to fling everything out. Now I'm going to take this shade Real Girl again because I want to make it a little bit more orangey. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the center. I'm going to be using this Liquid Moondust eyeshadow. First though, I'm going to go in with the shade Primavera and just put that in the middle, and then go in with this and kind of blend it out with my fingers to make it like really intense in the middle. I'm going to go back in with some of the shades and just blend on the outer corner just to make sure that everything's blended. So to add even more emphasis to this look and make it even more like intense, I'm going to take this Marsk little eyeshadow. It's in the shade Your Toast, and I'm going to put that in the middle. Okay, so I just put on some eyeliner. I used the NYC Liquid Liner, and I mixed the Hypnose Drama Mascara from Lancome and the Kiki Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara. I couldn't really get it on camera, but this is what it looks like. It was really hard to like get up close and film that. But now I'm going to move on to my face. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to prime, because if you are going to like a festival, you want your makeup to stay on all day. My favorite primer for making your makeup stay on all day is Nivea Men's Shave Balm. It's really, really good. I'm going to take this NYX color correcting dark circles. When I first got this, I thought it was like just a regular concealer, and I was like, that's really peachy for a concealer, but it's not. It's meant to put on under your normal concealer or your foundation. So just thought I'd share that because I hated this at first. I was like, that's not a good color. I'm gonna take this NYX Total Control drop foundation. If you are going to like a festival, you know, use what you're comfortable with. I would recommend like trying a new thing that day, because if you know what you're comfortable with, you want it to last long and you want your makeup to stay on. So whether you go with the concealer or foundation or a BB cream, maybe you don't want to like damage your skin, you want extra coverage. I'm just going to be using this drop foundation because a little bit goes a long way and it's very light on the skin. It really doesn't feel like there's any foundation on you. It feels more to me like a BB cream, but it's a foundation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to spray some of this on it, just any type of setting spray you have, and then I'm going to put 2 drops on the brush. Nope, one, that was way more than 2 drops. I just really love that stuff. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of product on your skin, but you can tell it gives like a really pretty finish. I really like that. So now I'm going to go in with this Maybelline concealer to mask my under eye dark circles and to go in on any blemishes. Alright, now we want to set our entire face so that nothing moves throughout the day. And I'm going to use my RCMA No Color Powder. I love this stuff. It's really, really good. The packaging isn't my favorite because I have to pour it into the little cap because it's like a salt shaker. Like, it doesn't really make any sense the way it's, you know, the way it was made. I'm just going to use my e.l.f. blush brush. Especially if you don't want a white cast under your eyes in a lot of pictures that you'll probably be taking. This is a great way to. This is a great powder that doesn't have any flashback. And since we put foundation everywhere, I'm going to set the rest of my face. So using a lot of powdered products is really going to ensure that your makeup stays on, because you're locking all of the liquids that you just put on your face, like all of the foundation and the concealer and all of that stuff. So it's gonna make your makeup stay on a lot longer doing powdered products as opposed to using cream product. Like, if you didn't set your makeup, it would probably be off. Alright, so we're gonna finish the under eye up. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing for the lower lash line as I did for the eyeshadow at the top. Kind of just do like the burnt oranges, like the really hot orange and pink on the outside, and then do like a glitter on the inside. So now I'm going to take the Liquid Moondust eyeshadow. I'm just going to put that in the middle of my lower lash line. You can totally set this with like a gold eyeshadow, but I'm going to set this with highlighter. I'm going to take Summer and just set that. So for the inner lash line, it totally depends on, you know, what you want to do. If you want to do like another pop of color, you could totally go in with a colored eyeliner. You could go in with the black. I'm going to go in with the brown because I think that like with these colors in the eyes, I think black would look awesome and that would make it really intense. But I think a brown is going to make it like really, really fun and like different. If you go in with the waterproof one, it's going to stay on all day. So if you are going to like a festival, you don't have to worry about it dripping, kind of getting into your concealer. This is the Spider Colossal effect, It's really, really good, and it doesn't budge off your eyelashes. Okay, so now we're going to bronze up the skin. My personal favorite bronzer is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I'm going to try out this Rimmel Natural Bronzer today. It's really warm toned, and it has a sun on it. As you can see, there's like a little, I don't know if you guys can tell, there's like a sun. So I figured it was perfect for a festival. I had to try it because of the sun, and this Luxie 514 brush to put this all over my face. I'm also using this to put some color on my cheeks because I don't want to wear blush. But this is like a really warm color. I'm going to take some down onto my neck so that I'm not like 5 different colors. And then a little bit on my nose just to balance everything because we kind of like washed our face with the powder. So this is a blush brush. I got it in an Ipsy bag, but I actually really, really like the way that it's applying my bronzer. I would totally use this instead of what I normally use. Like I love that. That's really nice. Alright, it is highlight time, and of course, if you're doing a festival look, it's going to be, you really want an intense highlight. On an everyday basis, I don't really do really intense highlights just because to me it brings out like texture on my face sometimes, and sometimes I just feel like you can really see, but a festival is an exception. So I'm going to find a really good brush. So I really like this brush for highlighting. This is just a Morphe brush, and I'm going to take this e.l.f. Mist MAC Fix Plus, whatever you want. Just gonna make sure that this brush is going to pick up the highlight. I'm taking the Glow Kit, and I'm gonna take the shade Summer in Moonstone, the two lightest shades, and I'm gonna mix them. And then we're gonna go in with Tourmaline and put that just in certain areas because that one's a little bit darker. So this I'm putting everywhere. Now I'm going to go in with Tourmaline and Tourmaline, I don't really know how to say that. You just put it right over that. Okay, I put on so much. I'm just going to blend it a little bit with this brush, the one that I put on my foundation with, because I didn't realize how much would come off of the brush. I'm going to take the ColourPop Liquid Lip in the shade 0.0. It's another one of Kathleen Light's collabs. I used her eyeliner today, and I used her liquid lip. I love her collab. I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of a new gloss, just so that if it does crack a little bit, you'll have the gloss and it won't be as like noticeable throughout the day. I'm going to take this, a little sample of, it's an Urban Decay lip gloss in the shade Kiki. Yeah, so it barely changes the lip, like the look of the lips, or the color. It just kind of ensures that the lip will stay on. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more highlight, and I'm going to put that on the center of my lips because this is a festival look, so you can do like whatever you want to get away with it. I'm going to take Summer and Tourmaline.